for life is the question tonight, okay? And in this month, in the last 3-4 years, this is the most important topic of my job in Italian Basketball Federation. To change the mentality of the coaches, of the kids, and to approach a different idea, or no a different idea, another level of question of the activity with the kids. For life is not a sport. It's not a promotional campaign. We don't use for life to found sponsor. It's not this the question. For us, for life is a value and is a social responsibility in this time, in this period of our life. In this period, in this time, and I have see some work this morning of some of you, and I understand your job today. You have said that you love to work with the kids, okay? You love to work with the kids. It's simple to love the kids. Another thing is have the responsibility of these kids in the life, not only in the mini basketball, in the activity that they do. This is a social responsibility. And it's not easy to recognize this value in the sport because we have the competition. Sometime in Italy, with to the coach, I say that some coach is prisoner of the competition. All the thing that they do is only for competition, to compete. But we are sure that is this the most important attention of our activity? Is this our focus? Some coach is prisoner of the performance. Don't have in the mind the life of the kids, the work of the kids in the life. This is the question for us tonight. But it's not a theoretical part, because tomorrow I stay in the gym and I want to describe you the relation, because this topic and the activity with the kids. This is one of our kids. We must to help these kids for the future of his life. And we must to have the kids in our mind, in our decision, in our choice, in everything we do for him, for the future of these kids, not only in the sport. We want that these kids meet the basketball, stay long time in the basketball, but we want overall that these kids grew in the sport for the life. It's clear, the concept? Okay. Mini basket for life. Because we want to realize a program for the life of the kids. But what is mini basketball? You have the same question 2 hours before. What is mini basketball? What is the function of mini basketball? An example. Sure that the first step is the promotion of the activity. It's correct. We want to have in our gym many kids that play mini basketball. The first topic. And to have a good approach with the kids. A good approach. Inclusive. an opportunity for all the kids that want to come in the gym. You have, Tim, remember a word that I use in some clinic. I remember this word in Hagen. You have in your gym the potato boy. You know the potato? Poop, poop, poop. In Italy, we have many potato boys. Not ready to play mini basketball and basketball now. And for these kids, for this potato boy, the door is closed or is open. Is open for all the kids. Together with the kids, in the first topic it involved these kids, inclusive activity, and another point that tomorrow I want to describe you, the capacity to help a good motivation to the mini basketball and to the sport. Step by step. Don't run without run. Without the idea that is only competition. If we use only this approach, potato boy are out. They are not ready to have good answer to the question, to the problem that we have in the gym. The first step, easy, mini basketball, basketball, step by step, don't run. But our attention is limited only to this aspect, promotion, approach, involvement, motivation, or the question is, why do we decide to teach mini basketball? What is the reason? You love the kids? Okay. It's a sample question. Why do they decide to teach mini basketball? Because it's a big responsibility to teach a good mini basketball for the potato and for the other. We have the potato boy, but also the player with talent. And sometimes, in the same time, in the same group, in the same gym. Is correct? You have this problem? In Italy, sure. Different age or same age with different capacity. It's not easy to teach. How do we plan to teach it? What is your vision of mini basketball? What is the horizon that we dream for our children? Where we want to come with our kids? A small step in the history, because it is interesting, this part. A small step in the history. Look at this image. History, sure. This is an image of BD basketball in USA, I think 1955, 1956, at the beginning of BD basketball in USA. The name was BD Basket in USA. BD basketball was created on the stimuli of USA police that has said to some professor in the school to found a sport that help the kids that live on the street to stay together and to teach to these kids the respect of the rule, to found a competition that help the cooperation and the solidarity of the kids. And J. Archer, you remember the history, J. Archer in a college of Massachusetts proposed to the USA police the BD basketball. That was a basketball for the kids, okay? But what is the aspect that I have in my mind? BD, mini basketball, that changed the name when I arrived. BD basketball in Europe changed the name in mini basketball and developed at the end of years 1916, developed in many countries in Italy. But the reason, the motivation of the BD basketball was for life. The origin of the BD basketball and the nature of BD basketball was an origin for life, to help the kids. But immediately, the development of mini basketball in Europe, in all the world, was to translate this intention in competition for the kids. I think that we must come back at the origin, the reason for life of a sport for the kids. Okay? This is my opinion. We must come back at the origin. The origin is for the kids in the life. But the mini basketball, this is the first question that is a practical question. A mini basketball is for life when really put the child at the center of our attention. Everything we decide, we choose, we organize with the children at the center of our mind, of our decision. Okay? This is the first point. The children are our focus. And we are at the service of these kids for its growth, for the future of the kids. All the kids. All the kids are our light. For this reason, it's important to give the right value and right meaning at the competition. We have the competition. I don't say that it's negative, the competition. It's important to use the competition to help the kids and the person to grow. No prisoner of competition. Use the competition to help the kids with the rule. Different rule. For example, you know that also you have changed something. When I am arrived in Italian Basketball Federation, we play 5-on-5 all the category. Under 7, under 9, under 10, all the kids, 5-on-5, 5-on-5. Oh, it's not correct. It's not the attention to the kids. If under 7, under 8, we play 5-on-5 in a field. For this reason, my decision in our project of mini basketball, under 8, 3-on-3 to basket, under 10, 4-on-4 to basket, under 11, 5-on-5, step by step to help the kids to grow. To help all the kids with different approach to competition. For example, another example we have in Italy, we play 4 periods of 4 minutes, 3-on-3 under 8, but we play many games in the period. We want to have 4 or 5 clubs together, a meeting of more clubs, stay together and play many matches, okay? Every match for time 4 minutes. Under 10 we play 6 periods, 4-on-4 and 6 minutes. Under 11, we play 4 periods, 8 minutes. But the question most important is at the end of each period, stop the score. 3 points the winner of the period, 1 point the loser of the period, and restart. Every time we restart, every time we restart, every time we start. 0-0 at the beginning of each period, okay? We have adapted the rule, the different idea to play the game, because in my mind, I want to help all the kids are inclusive in the activity. Okay? It's clear? Can I go? Okay. The coaches must to choose and decide what they must to do with the children, with the idea to help these kids to work in the life. I have found this research very, very interesting. Russell Lakoff, I want to read to you. Training means accepting the complexity of the context and the situation that we have. For example, different age, different ability, different condition of activity. Okay. And we must, every time, remodeling our strategy, okay? Adapt the activity to our condition, okay? However, the quality of teaching cannot ignore the values. Coaches who have many time with young kids must always keep this in mind. The quality of our work is not evaluated only on the basis of the efficiency, the result, but the quality of our love, if in the capacity to realize much more important objective than choose or simply winning a match or a championship. Values that can accompany life is most important in our decision, in everything we do, to have in our mind the importance of the value that we meet, that we put in our decision. So, mini basketball must to be a project for life. 3 most important words. Is a project for life if it's inclusive, if it's functional, and if it's educational. Inclusive for all the kids. Functional, sure, for basket. We want to prepare, tomorrow I want to describe in the field this aspect. I want to prepare my kids to receive the basketball, also the potato boy, because I want also the potato boy play basketball. I want to help these kids, all my kids. Educational, for life. For all, for basket, for life. This is the concept in my mind. The capacity for all to approach and welcome all the children. The capacity to listen, each of them. Understand, need a desperation of all our kids. Some kids come to play mini basketball, no, because they have passion for basketball. Sometimes because a friend play basketball. And they come to play basketball or mini basketball because they have a friend that play mini basketball. Motivation, stay with the friend, not the basketball. Or sometimes we have a kids that play basketball because the father or the mother play basketball, and they want the kids play basketball. You have this example? We have many examples. We must understand the motivation, the aspiration, what they need. We must know our kids, all our kids. For this reason, I say that to teach mini basketball is not easy. I think that to teach mini basketball is the most difficult part of all the basketball. To make a practice with a youth team, I don't say that it's not important. It's sure that it's important. Also a club of first series, first league or second league, sure is most important. But to teach a good mini basketball is the most difficult job of the basket, I think. I think that this is an activity that I must do with responsibility. Sometime, when I made the course in Italy with the young coaches, sometimes I see some activity of the coaches, ball handling, slalom, game shot, gym match at the end of the lesson. Bye-bye kids, see tomorrow. Second lesson, the same. Ball handling, slalom, shot, game. Where is the passion? Where is the responsibility? You have a big opportunity to help these kids to arrive in our world. Our world is sport, is basketball. We want to play these kids and to give them passion for the future in the sport. Understand this kid, this kids understand that this is a good opportunity to grow in the sport, in the life. For this, Stefan, we speak with your coaches. For this reason, it's important to have competence, to study. A good coach of mini basketball must to study. Pedagogical aspect, methodological aspect, teaching competence. You must to begin the best coach of mini basketball that you can become. It's clear the concept. You must to study. You want to do the best coaches of your kids. Effective coaches. This is a question not easy. Because an effective coach is not only in the activity that organize, but it's important also how you train, your communication, your relation with the kids, all the kids. For this reason, an inclusive mini basketball, I'm sure that you don't know this writer, Massimo Recalcati, is a pedagogist in Italy. Teaching is not a coach. Is not Carlo Recalcati, coach of national team some years ago. No, Massimo Recalcati is a pedagogist. Teaching is not passive transfer of knowledge from a full glass to an empty glass. For this reason, for some mini basketball coaches, the teaching strategy is to give to the kids information. No, it's not this the approach. An inclusive process of teaching must be based on a different vision of the teaching. The kids is not a full glass. No, it's a mind to open. It's a glass to empty with the correct information, step by step. Another time, not run, don't run. Know the kids and prepare the activity for your kids. This is an interesting research. The idea of performance, what is the performance? The performance is to have the athletes, our kids, our players, that have a good capacity to answer to the problem that we prepare. For example, to play a good mini basketball, a positive mini basketball, a positive basketball when they play in the game. For this reason, it's important to have competence and capacity of self-confidence, ability to relate to the other, autonomy, and values. The skill of the coaches. What are the skills of the coaches? The first, professional. Specific knowledge is important to study and to have the knowledge of the material that you want to teach. But there are two other most important aspects. The competence, interpersonal and intrapersonal. Interpersonal, the capacity of communication. Another aspect that we don't develop is I know that is particular, this reflection. The capacity of the coaches to have awareness of the action that they do. Sometimes I see some coaches in Italy, mini basketball coaches, that don't have awareness of what they are doing. They make something without have the awareness what I must do, what are you doing, what I'm doing in this moment. Teaching mini basketball means taking care of all our kids and how we want to offer them our activity. For this reason, the most important part of our capacity is relation and didactic communication. Relation and capacity to translate in the practice our idea of mini basketball. You know Carl Rogers? Sure that you know Carl Rogers, the biggest pedagogist in the world, one of the biggest pedagogists in the world. I don't think anyone has ever taught anyone anything. The good teacher is one who make things easier, prepare the table, organize the activity. It shows others that is exciting and wonderful, and invite them to it. This is the idea. For me, this concept is practical. It's practical. When I prepare my lesson, I want to prepare the table. I remember the first question, Stefan, to the person that stay here. You prepare the lesson? It's important because it's prepare the table. Sure that every time to change your program. Because the big capacity of the coaches of mini basketball is to adapt immediately, to change something, a particular, an idea. Sometimes the kids have an idea that we don't have think, and we use this idea for the other kids. Capacity to adapt the activity. But it's important to prepare the table, the activity. Effective teaching. 4 most important aspects: consistency, self-confidence, value, participation. Consistency. You must do what you say. A mini basketball coach must do the same thing that he say. It's not sample this concept, because sometimes the coaches say something and in the practice do another thing. They have a different relation, a different communication with the kids. I must do the same thing that I say. Believe, self-confidence, believe in them. We must have kids that have confidence in himself. Involve in the process of teaching the kids. Value. Use a person-focused approach. We must put all our kids at the center of our attention. All our kids. So it's difficult. It's difficult to realize this part, to have the capacity to have attention for all our kids in the same time. But it's our responsibility to have attention for all, not only for the best player, but also for the potato. Receive consistency, receive the respect of their children. We must describe our confidence with the value, because in every our action there is consistency, coherence with the action that we realize. Is clear the concept? Sure, because my English after an hour is better, sure. Huh? Do what is right. Know what is convenient. An example. I say to my kids that all my kids are important for me. Sunday, I have a match. My team must go a match in another city. I have 20 players, and they say, okay, Sunday we go to play. We are all important for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. The next match. Okay. The other, the next. Second week, we are all important for me. We have another match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 match, 4 match, 5 match. For all the match, the same player. No attention to another player. I saw, he's a potato boys, and don't play with my team. I say that all us are important, and my choice, my decision is not consistency. It's not coherent. No consistency, no coherence between what I say and what I do. This is a big problem. It's important to to help the kids to have self-confidence, sharing objective and expectation. We must demonstrate confidence in the athlete's ability. Help the kids to have self-confidence. Another example, I like to use some example. We played a match, and during the match, one kid of my team no another player near. Is in offense. Only my player with the ball. Boom, 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 boom. Shot. No people near. Mistake. The first thing that the kids do is to watch to the bench. In the same time, the coach, wow. We are sure that we help our kids to have self-confidence. These kids want to see the coach that give an answer in coherence. Okay, the next time you realize basket, not problem now. We want to help our kids to have self-confidence. And develop a collective vision, active participation. Now I have a video example, sample video example, because it's important. I have seen that you have two examples this morning, I have seen. But you have in your culture, in your vision, this attention to share with the kids the activity, to share with the kids, to stay with the kids, to reflect with the kids to the topic, to the activity we want to do together. Involve the kids, share with the kids the topic of, in this example, of a match. And most important aspect of my communication, the value we want to put in your activity. It's important to create a context that promotes this aspect. Second point, demonstrate a sincere interest in their life even outside the gym. Before to begin the practice, at the end of the practice. Question and share aspect of life also out of the gym. What is your situation in school? Are you happy? Are you good? All is fine? What do you think? It's important to share with the kids some aspect also of other step of the life. And I love this part, the power of thank you. To use in the communication sometime some words that are important to connect our kids to the value. And now we have another question, not easy. But all these questions, all these aspects are not functional to the basketball, or is important also to have a vision of mini basketball for basketball. We know that for many, many kids, playing mini basketball is the first step in basketball. Remember the slide, the promotion of the activity, the participation of the kids, motivation of the kids. But remember, we don't train champions, we train people overall. And we want to have with us, also in the basketball, the importance to the value of the sport for the life. And be sure that I think, a good player normally is also a good person. A champion is sometimes not a bad person. He's a good person because of the value demand. So, mini basketball is sure that is also for basketball. The mini basketball is in the basketball because it integrated in it. I don't know when there is an age, then step mini basketball and begin the basketball. I don't know. I think that there is a connection from mini basketball and basketball. If you have a group of under 11, we know this category as of the NT, under 12, under 11, that play mini basketball together from 5 years. Is the same group than a group of under 11 at the first years of activity? There is different situation. And this group, with 5 years of mini basketball, I must to give to this group also some aspect of basketball, because they are ready to receive the basketball. But the same age, 1 year of mini basketball, is impossible to give immediately all the aspect of the basketball. They are not ready to receive the information of basketball. I don't know what do you think on this, but in Italy this is a big problem. For you it's different because you have a different condition of activity in the school. Every time I repeat that in Italy we don't have a good program of physical education in the primary school. Our kids from 5 to 10 years don't have activity in the school in the morning. They have 2 times of practice of mini basketball in the week. Stop of the activity. You have 3 hours of activity in the school in the morning, 2-3 hours, and the practice in the afternoon. You know that it's different, the condition. Right? For this reason, we can have at the same age, at the age that is important to meet the basketball, different condition. It's important to guarantee children a progressive approach to the basketball. Our idea is to prepare the kids to receive the basketball, work on the basic prerequisite, cognitive ability, special kids, motor skill is your history. Meinl, Schnabel have said this thing many, many years ago. Before to prepare the specific analytic part, it's important to prepare all the things that are important before. Coordination, for example. But also, for us, another most important topic, the capacity of the kids to stay with the other, social, relational aspect. Cognitive aspect. Basic prerequisite, sense perception, and basic motor pattern, coordination skill, cognitive and executive skill, technical and tactical skill at the end of the street. You know our coach Ettore Messina, Olimpia Milano, okay? Write in this book, We are not looking for a perfect player. We are looking for a player who knows how to use the head that he knows to play. A player able to have responsibility, make choice in autonomy and in collaboration with the other. Autonomy, responsibility, collaboration. These are the three most important topics of our activity of mini-basketball. We think that if we help the kids to play mini-basketball and to develop capacity of autonomy, responsibility, collaboration, we help these kids not only for basketball, but also for life. Because these three aspects are important for the life of these kids. Repeat, responsibility, autonomy, collaboration. These are life skills. Three important words to describe an ideal player, but three most important competence for life. And autonomy, responsibility, and collaboration for me are the power game. You know the power game? It's not the coach that decides when you must to start. It's your decision. And the other player must to wait to your decision for to start. It's autonomy. It's possible for you to develop a person with autonomy, responsibility, and collaboration if it's the coach that decides in the gym everything they must to do. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's practical part, this. We want to prepare our program with drill, with decision-making, power game. Tomorrow, I want to describe you, team asked me to prepare a program with most important focus on this game, the power game, the decision-making. All the activity without the decision of the coach, but in autonomy of the kids. In support of our program, we must to have with us everything we do, special in power game, executive function and cognitive function. You know, this classification is not my classification. Cognitive function, attention. What is the situation of our kids in this moment on these topics? I don't know. We have big problem with the attention of the kids. We have big problem with the capacity of the kids to see. Because these kids have another approach with the vision. They stay on the phone, close vision. They stay on the phone, on the iPad, on the computer. They have lost the capacity to see periphery, to see long, to see the behind, because they don't have the vision in a correct vision. Executive function, power game, is not the coach, is your decision. Planning, choosing, make decision, action. Tomorrow, I want to show this activity with you. This research is a research of World Health Organization. Cognitive function and executive function combined between them, contribute to develop the intelligence of a person. Wow. It's a big responsibility to prepare a program where the kids have autonomy to decide, to choose, to realize the action that they decide to realize. Sure, we have more mistake, but if there is a mistake, in the same time begin the job of the coach, the job of the teacher. We work on the mistake. Know with our decision before then what they you kids, I decide before what you must do. I describe the activity and I say, okay, when I say go, you must do this, 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 this. Sure, we have no mistake, but we have not autonomy of the kids. A mini basketball for life, our working at the center help the person to grow. Sure, we want to have in our activity every time emotion, discovery, game. We want to train an athlete. We want to help that these kids work to mini basketball, to basketball. Sure, we want to develop a player, but at the center there is help the person to grow. A mini basket for life. Remember the first point of starting: inclusive, functional, educative. My intervention is not only a theoretical reflection. I am a coach. I come back tomorrow. Sunday, one day at my home. Wednesday, I restart. In 1 week, every day, a different club where I go to teach the kids of this club. It's a project of Italian Basketball Federation. This project, we call this project Work Together. 200 clubs in Italy have give their attention to the project. I walk around Italy, and every day I go in the gym and make practice with the kids of the club. Every day I see the problem. I recognize, I know. I think that my theoretical part is the natural step after all the things that I have seen in the gym. Sorry for this image. Sorry. This is our time now. We have these kids now. It's a bad time for the kids. It's a bad time of our community. And we have the kids that come in the gym and don't understand what is the direction of the world now. But it's our time. This is our time to have a responsibility for these kids. And for close my presentation, you know this research is the statistic of the autism problem in the world. Look, the situation 24 and now 2022. we have big problem in the world with kids that have problem. But not only autism. You know, this research is, when I have seen this, was a shock for me. Because we have many of these kids that come in the gym. Can I play mini basketball? Wow, it's not easy. It's not easy to declare that we want to do a mini basketball inclusive, and we have problem to accept the kids with problem. Deficit, AD, American Psychiatric Association, 7% of our young player have problem of attention. You have in the gym kids with problem of attention. Wow, it's full with kids with problem with attention. 40% in Europe, the age from 8 years, mental disorder, difficult to relation with the other kids. We have in the gym these kids. Wow. It's not easy to teach mini basketball. If we love the kids, we must to have this responsibility to help all our kids to grow in the sport, in the mini basketball, for life. Look at these kids. You are this coach. You want to play with me? This is a particular situation. It's a book, very interesting, that where I found this thing. Some people say that today education is prohibited. No, not the fault of the teacher, not the fault of the kids, not the fault of the family. We all forbid education. Every time we turn away instead of listen or seeing. Every time we prefer the destination to the journey. Every time we leave everything the same without trying something new. For a mini basket for life, to have attention at our relationship and didactic communication every day, in every choice we make, in every word we say, in awareness of our action. Always remembering that our actions are based on acceptance, recognize the emotion of the other, understand, take charge of the difficulty of our kids, attention to the authenticity. In relation with others, we describe ourselves, not only with words. For example, with the face, with the body, with the action. Being teacher before being coaches is a question of individual sensibility. It's a decision. Why we want to do? You want to teach mini basketball. It's your decision. It's a choice. Personal choice. I can teach a bad mini basketball. I can teach a good mini basketball. It's your decision. With awareness, responsibility, and the decision to walk for life. I think I said before that this year is my 50 years, 15 years of mini basketball full time. I'm old. Very, 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 very old. But to teach mini basketball for me was a privilege. Because if for me it was a privilege, for the kids that I have had in my gym, I think it was an opportunity for life. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.